We appreciate you watching and listening to the Dead Jeff Show. Please like and subscribe and tune in for more videos. You know, it's Cowboys, Cowboys, Cowboys on this show. That's the main thing we talk about. And you know, it seems like every day, or at least every couple of days, there are new rumors about Dallas. And in the last few days, there's been this wild talk about the Cowboys trading up in the draft. Now, we talked about draft strategy last week and where we thought they should go. And both of us had them either trading back and trading 20 for Jordan Brooks, or staying pat and picking and trading 20 for Jordan Brooks. I don't think either of us thought about trading up. Now, the rumor out there is they're going to trade 12 and 20 for David Bailey from Texas Tech. That's the apple of their eye. That could be a smokescreen. What do you think about the Cowboys being rumored to be in talks about trading 12 and 20 or 12 and a first next year for David Bailey, or the number 3 pick more specifically?
Yeah, so the one thing that I think does resonate just with that rumor is the fact that if you look at the trade value chart, 12 and 20 is the equivalent of 3 almost exactly. So there's a little bit of, they say where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a little bit of smoke there. Normally these trades, it's like you hear them thrown out and you go and look and you're like, well, that doesn't really work, guys. Like, what are we talking about? This one actually hits, and it hits almost exactly where it would need to. Cowboys would be winning slightly on the value chart, but it's essentially correct. Here's the issue I have with it, and we've talked about this in the past. My issue is you better be 100% sure that David Bailey is a Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt kind of game wrecker in order to make that move, because it becomes almost a volume play where instead of taking 2 defensive players, I'm only going to get 1. Myles Garrett for 2 starters, okay, I can do that. Myles Garrett for 2 above average starters, I can do. It's very difficult for me to see, and this is not a David Bailey thing, but just anybody as a rookie coming out and being that much of a sure thing. He's currently graded out at about 90. He's one of these fringe guys. NFL Draft Buzz has him at 89.7, so literally to the point. He's like right on the line. He's got some pretty good measurables, so I don't like it. I wouldn't do it. And to your original point, this does feel a little bit like, hey, look over here sort of thing. They may actually have a different target in mind here.
Who do you think that would be? If they're not targeting David Bailey, you taking Sonny Styles, thinking Reese? What are you thinking?
Based on where it's going, I would say either Reese or Styles. I think because we've all very well established that Mendoza's going 1. I think the Jets can do just about anything. So, but what they can't do is get Reese and Styles. I think Reese is the one that makes the sense at 2. And man, Styles seems to just be everyone's clamoring over this guy, man. It just seemed, it just seems like he started like where it was possible that the Cowboys would get him, and then that kind of quickly went away. And then it was like the Giants at 5 make a lot of sense. And now it's like, man, the Cardinals at 3 would kind of be silly not to take him. So I would say Styles. And I know he had a private workout today with one of the Cowboys defensive coaches. I was reading an article earlier. I'll find it here so I can give the appropriate credit on who broke that news. But I'm not sure how much it was breaking news. So yeah, I do think that they would be big in on Sonny Styles.
Well, if you listen to the show last few weeks, for me it's been, I don't want them to trade up. I think we need more. As much as I like David Bailey out of Texas Tech, and I think he is the best pure pass rusher in the draft. I don't think that's, I mean, everyone's saying that, so it's not breaking news for me. It's not like, oh, Jeff, you're a genius. But to me, it's more about, okay, he's the best pure pass rusher. But I think pass rush is always something we can use, but man, we are really lacking at the linebacker position, and it hasn't been addressed. Now, and we'll get into the other rumor that is out there about Bobby Wagner possibly coming to the Cowboys, and it seems like every time he's a free agent, that's a rumor. But the connections to the coach here with Schottenheimer when he was in Seattle, so I could see that. But man, I don't know that I would trade up for an edge rusher at 3. I mean, I'm scared every time. I mean, I'm having Mo Claiborne flashbacks when we traded up to get what we thought was going to be a safety or a DB, and it was Mo Claiborne, and they went from 14 to 6, and that that didn't really work out for us too much. But what I'll say is, if you're going to trade up, that's the likely spot. If anybody's going to trade up, is 3. The Cardinals. If you look at who's been mock draft to the Cardinals, it's all over the place because nobody's sure what they're going to do, and that's pretty good position for the Cardinals to be in, I guess. But for me, I would not trade up to 3. Obviously, it sounds goofy to say it out loud, but I would rather trade 12 and 20 to get Myles Garrett if that's if that's still on the table or if that's even a consideration. But I have been on record as I don't trust the Cowboys outside of the first round. So if they did this, it's not like I'm going to hammer them because I think David Bailey is a no-brainer, or Styles is probably a no-brainer. But I don't, I don't trust him in the rest of the draft, which is why I would be concerned because we need more chances to hit on talent, and we got more places of need than just one.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. I've been on record many times, and I'll say it again. I do not like to trade up here at all. In fact, I actually like to trade back from both 12 and 20. I like picking up a couple of extra players. I just feel like there's a lot of defensive players that are kind of fringe first round grades that you can pick up at 14, 15, 16, and at 22, 23, 24, 25. You pick up another third and fourth, or even a late second and you know, late third. Um, so I agree with you completely. Don't like trading up here. Just so we can make sure the appropriate people are getting the right credit. It was a Jason Candell on MSN. That was, and the article came out about 4 hours ago. And he was talking about Sonny Styles posting. Uh, there was a video on Twitter being posted with Sonny Styles working out with the Cowboys pass rushing consultant BT Jordan, Brandon BT Jordan. So again, just and there's been a lot of connections. There's been a lot of people just kind of pointing out Sonny Styles and apparently some affiliation with the Cow or affinity for the Cowboys. Um, and no team in the league seems like is not high on this guy. So that's not saying much that the Cowboys are interested in him.
Yeah, I mean everybody. I mean, I think this would be Jerry putting the Cowboys' name out there, possibly. Maybe upping the price for other teams that want to move up to 3. I don't know. It could be a lot of things, or they could be seriously considering trading up to 3. And either way, I think I won't hammer him for it because at least we know we'll get one good player out of the draft. I don't think there's a high probability that David Bailey's a bust. I like him. I just think we need more than David Bailey on this team, and that's no knock on him because I like I said I really like him, but it could be Trader Jerry. Trader Jerry could be back